So you can tell me something about this question. So when was the last time you were alone?
Well, when it's about yesterday, as my friend, all of my friends went to a parties, and I had to stay at home to practice my English.
Okay.
So at the moment, I felt very lonely.
Okay. So when you're starting the answer for the question, see, because it's when was the last time you were alone? You always start like this because it's going to give you time to think about your response. So you always say, the last time I was alone was yesterday.
Yes.
Yesterday.
I know it.
Okay.
When you write down these sentences, I know the mistake.
Yeah, okay. So the last time I was alone was yesterday. Oh, or we can now make it longer. So the last time I was alone was yesterday when my friends went out and I had to stay at home to study English for my IELTS exam. Okay? So we're working with tenses here. So last time I was alone, when my friends went out, you always have this when. When was something was when went out and I had to stay at home to study English for my IELTS exam. Okay. Yeah. That was okay. In that moment, I felt a little bit lonely. Maybe you can say that. Okay, let's continue.
In that moment, I felt a little lonely. Okay.
Yeah, and when you're saying all my friends, you have to say friends, not because it's not one friend, it's two friends, right? It's more.
Yep.
Two or more. Okay. So the next question. What do you like to do when you're alone?
I usually listen to some music or watch the films so that I can forget I feel lonely.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, usually when I am alone, I like to. So always use the question. Yeah, always use the question to start your answer. It sounds more like you understand, because when you have a question, if you repeat it in a confirmative way, it will sound like, okay, I know what you asked me, and then you can continue with your. All right. So usually when I'm alone, I like to, and then I didn't hear quite well what you said.
I like to listen to some music.
Okay, I like to
listen to some music. I like to listen to some music or watch a film.
Or watch a movie.
A movie. And sometimes I'd like to play with my model toys.
And sometimes
so that I'd like to play my model toys.
Play with my model.
Play with my model toys. so that I can forget that I'm lonely.
Forget that I am
lonely.
Okay. So
yes. Okay. I think the little such a tiny mistake like that I lonely will make post the score.
Yeah, that's
I usually forget that I am lonely. I'm lonely.
Yeah, and that's very important. That's very important because if you don't say that, it's not then they will not consider it as a good answer. And because you always have to say these things. You always have to say I am, you are, he, she is, it is, we are, right? So you always have these things. Also, when we have a verb like listen, you always have to say listen to. I'm listening to something. I'm listening to some music, or I am listening to you. I am listening to my parents. I listen to whatever. And then what else? I like to. Same here, right? I like to play. Okay.
Oh, okay. I know. I can change the word like I prefer play with my model toys like this.
No, it's all right. You can say that, but my point was also if you say prefer, I prefer. You have to say to. I prefer to. To
play with my
to whatever, to do something to play with. But okay. All right. Next thing. This play. Okay. So we have to play. Okay. There are different things. So I like to play. Music. It means you're playing an instrument. I like to play music. I like to play the piano. I like to play the guitar.
Okay. I know.
I like to play music. I like to play, and then, okay, an instrument. And then on the other hand, we have to play with toys, or to play with my little brother, for example, or to play with my dog, or okay, if you have an object, because this is not an object, all right? This is like this is the verb. The entire thing is a verb. But if you have here something that you have in your hand, that you can take in your hand, then you have to say this with. I like to play with toys. I like to play with my brother, sister. I like to play with, because this means here that you are doing something alone. All right. This is alone.
I know what you mean. I know.
Yeah, okay. And this is with something or somebody, right? With something or somebody. Okay. So we mastered this. Can you tell me now, like, for example, anything that something to use this? So let's say, what did you do today in the morning?
First, I had to open my eyes.
I opened past tense.
Opened my eyes and got up and washed my teeth use something to clean up my eyes. And if I have enough time, I'm willing to use a mask.
Okay.
To let my okay.
All right. So used something to clean up my eyes.
Clean the eyes.
Yeah, because you already had the past tense.
Okay. Yeah.
So now clean will be in present tense. Okay.
Yep,
I used something to clean up my eyes, and okay, and then you can make a full stop, and then you can say, whenever I have some spare time, I like some spare time in the morning, I like to put on a mask, a face mask.
A face mask.
Yeah. So whenever I have some spare time in the morning, I like to put on a face mask. Okay. But try to separate it, because your first sentence was already long, and now you can put this full stop here, and then you can make another sentence. So you don't mess up with the grammar a lot. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay. The last question. Do you wish to have more time alone?
It depends. Sometimes when I feel upset, I prefer stay at home alone.
Wait. Use this. What did we talk about?
Okay.
This I prefer to. No, the sentence was perfect. Okay, so sometimes when I'm upset.
Sometimes when I feel upset, I prefer to stay at home and think about myself if I did something wrong, or I may do something improve in the future. I don't like to talk with my friends at the moment. I like to check out myself.
Okay, so this thing, what do you say? So I like to reflect. To reflect. That means
I can use this.
To think about myself.
Oh.
And things that I do or that I want to do or did, right? Whatever. Things that I want to do or things that I did. Okay. So to reflect, right? And then you said I don't like to talk to my friends about what?
About I forget it. I already forget it.
It's alright. I don't like to talk. It's fine. I don't like to talk to my friends about this.
Myself?
Yeah, about myself. At this moment. At these moments, sorry. At these moments.
This moment.
These, because there are many moments. So I don't like to talk to my friends about myself in these moments, not in, because we started the sentence. So in these moments. I don't like to talk about myself to my friends in these moments. Okay. So I prefer
to stay at home alone.
Oh, yeah, good, perfect.
Prefer
All right.
to.
Yeah,
prefer to stay at home alone.
Okay, prefer to. Okay. So you have to know every verb. After every verb, you will have this with. So you have always a verb, and then after that, you will have this with, or or about, or to, or whatever. We will have some extra examples. But so
okay,
spend time with, play with, or think about, talk about, listen to, what else? Prefer to. So you will always have something after that that will connect the verb to the rest of the sentence. Okay? So just think about that while you're talking. Okay. So, all right. So do you wish to have more time alone? Because you said you like when you are reflecting, you like to spend some time alone. But do you have enough time already, or do you wish to have more time alone?
Oh, no, I didn't answer this question, actually.
It's all right.
Yes. Wow, it's difficult to
That's why I told you, always use the question to start the answer. So in this case, do you wish to have more time alone? Yes or no?
I think I can answer it like this. I can say I want to have more time alone when I feel upset and blah blah blah.
Yeah, to have more time alone.
I wish to alone when I feel upset.
Yeah. Upset.
And use above the.
Okay.
When
so I can reflect. I can reflect myself. No, you don't have to say reflect myself. You can just say, so I can reflect more, because reflect means think about myself. So if you just use reflect, so I can reflect more. Yeah. I can reflect more. Okay. So that's why I told you, always start the sentence with the answer to the question. Always, always, always. That's the main thing in English.
I know.
Okay.
I will remember it.
Okay, good. All right. So what else? So we have 3 more minutes left. So can you choose? Okay, you will have to talk about a topic for 1 to 2 minutes. You can have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say. You can make some notes to help you if you wish. So describe a complaint that you made and you were satisfied with the results. Do you know what that means? Like
I know what this means, but I don't know how to explain.
It's all right. So have you ever made a complaint?
Oh, well, something like when I received some bad service from a restaurant, I may complain it.
Okay.
And as a result, yes.
Okay, so use these guidances. So these are your guidances, all right? So use these things to help you answer. So you say, well, this happened in a restaurant once.
Well, this happens in the restaurant.
Okay.
And it happens in the restaurant. I still remembered the moment when I offered some meals. A waiter said to me, "It may be, you can have it very soon." However, after 30 minutes, there's still nothing.
So I still didn't get my order.
I still didn't get my orders, and my desk and my table still empty.
And my table was still empty.
Was still empty. So I felt angry and complained to the leader of this restaurant.
So to the manager.
However, to the manager. Okay, that's a better word. To the manager, and finally they gave me extra dish to
compensate.
Compensate. Yes. Yes,
all right.
I know some words, but I always forget it.
It's all right. It's all right. That's why you practice talking. So would you like to try this again? So describe a complaint that you made and you were satisfied with the result. So now you have the story in your brain. All right. Now you can just explain again. So when it happened.
But Tom is.
It's all right. I can stay with you 1 or 2 more minutes.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Now, the story happened in a restaurant. I still remembered that at the moment I ordered a meal. I ordered the meal, and the waiter told me I could eat it very soon.
So
however,
the waiter told me that it would be ready very soon.
That's it will be ready very soon. However, after 30 minutes, I didn't get my order, and my table was still empty. So I complained to the manager, and finally they gave me, and finally I received extra dish to compensate for it.
Yeah. Yay! Good job. All right.